This is Tony Newmeyer, and welcome to Live Rich. Don't be scared off by the headlines of the last few years. Real estate is a crucial component of any strategy to build major wealth. That said, it isn't a fast proposition. You must make sure that you are on board for the long haul and that you have the temperament to invest some money and some time and sweat equity in some cases, really for gains that are going to be sometime down the road. There are different roads to take depending on your timeline and risk tolerance. You can get rich quick, or much faster at least, using the internet, creating online products and infrastructure, but there's more uncertainty of success and more need to be original, or at least find your own niche. Long-term strategies are often tried and true, but they simply take longer time to really bear fruit. Prime examples are income stocks, exchange-traded funds or ETFs, and of course, what we're talking about here, real estate. The way to begin increasing your net worth via this method is to buy real estate with your earnings from your work, your business, or other income sources that you have. It may seem like a risky proposition when you're starting out, which is what scares many people away from taking full advantage of the power of real estate. It's a key to remember that real estate can provide an ongoing source of income, and most importantly, a passive source down the road as well. Again, far too many of us are concerned about the notion of work hard. This can take sweat and effort to get into the game in any area, but ideally it will transform to be into a stage in which your money works for you instead of you working for your money. Your money can grow at an exponentially faster rate through the power of the market and the leverage you get when you buy property with a small down payment compared to the list price or sale price that you've paid for the property. And it really helps you achieve this in a simple and easy way. Real estate investing is really appropriate over a longer term and can provide an ongoing cash flow to serve as a base for your financial portfolio down the road. You may find that this leg of your financial picture serves you as your primary safety net, so to speak, as you enter retirement, or this period of financial independence, if you prefer that term, of being liberated from the need to report to someone else to earn salary. The key here is to be strategic about what properties you pick up for your portfolio. Do your homework in advance and be sure that you only buy the properties that either carry themselves or that can maintain a positive cash flow for you. At the point when you hold 5 or 20 properties that are all in a positive cash flow position, you can then be assured that the minimum floor for your income each year. This will really enable you to maintain the lifestyle that you have imagined for yourself. You don't need to be Donald Trump to obtain the capacity to build up your own holdings in the real estate world. You just need to do some homework in advance and maintain really the mindset of being focused, thinking outside the box to generate some really big returns. Now here are some tips for you on how to launch your path into your journey into the real estate market. Look out for deals in the market. Think of areas that may improve in price in coming years, and think about trying to find a good value in that market. Take a look at upcoming areas with a positive job growth. Resist the temptation to go for the absolute best area or the cheapest area as well. You gotta learn the nooks and crannies of the investment town that you're thinking of until you've made sense of all of the areas and you understand the popularity of really what they're all about. Next, stick with it for the long haul. If you're in need of some cash quickly, you'll be tempted into flipping your properties quickly for cash. But remember, this is a syndrome that is exactly one of the factors that have contributed to many of the economic problems in 2008. You'll be far better served if you can take wise advantage of the leverage to control as many properties as possible that are generating cash for you. As long as you are buying the right properties, you have my endorsement to go ahead and borrow wisely. Always be thinking of the cash flow that is, the cash flow it's generating, not so much about the current appraised value. Consider all of your potential sources of leverage. There are many number of places that you can turn to for financing. These sources include, of course, banks, credit unions, and mortgage brokers. All of them have their advantages and disadvantages in terms of strings attached to what you are able to do, but an important point to take away is that you have a number of sources of financing that you can turn to and get started with acquiring properties. Just be sure you don't pay any fees. And that's really the point of a mortgage broker, is to find a lender for you with the best possible rates and picture for your financial needs and not pay a fee. The mortgage company pays the fee to the broker. Next, figure out your timetable. Remember that some lending sources are primed to deal in long-term mortgages of 15 or 20 years or more. This method may work well for you if you are operating within a buy and hold strategy that involves holding properties over the course of years. But be sure to reflect on the best strategy for you in advance of starting down this road of buying real estate. Know what your time frame is for you and what you're working toward to become totally mortgage free so that you are receiving 100% of the free cash flow. That's what I do. That's my objective when I'm buying real estate. I buy it with the time frame in mind that I'm going to pay it off, or the renters will pay it off over time, and I'm going to receive 100% of the cash flow down the road. Now, don't be afraid to delegate. Many people are scared off from the real estate business or investing because of concerns over spending too much of their time in the landlord business. You can proactively work with a good property manager or company to take care of those mundane, minute-to-minute, day-to-day things that come with owning properties. It can cost you up front or a little bit each month, but if you automate these earnings, it'll help you down the road to increase the passivity of how you're earning income and how this real estate is coming to you in ownership and being paid off. What can you do right now to get started in the real estate ownership game? What have you learned from your own forays into the world of real estate, or have you even looked into it really? How has your overall financial picture been impacted by holding passive assets, such as property, or has it yet even started? What advice would you give to someone taking the plunge into this realm for the first time? Real estate can and should be an important part of your get-rich-quick plan. No matter what your age, it's never too late to get started, and if you're young and listening to this, just learn what you need to learn to get started right away, building your foundation to wealth.